guys, Amber here. Alright, in this video, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about my feelings when I first decided I wanted to go back to church. I had been out of church for years, and I mean, I had been out of church for like 4 or 5 years. I had been out for a while. I went every now and then when I'd spend the night with one of my friends. We'd always went on Sundays, and when I decided I wanted to go back, I kind of had this it wasn't like a guilty feeling. It was like how am I just gonna go back to church? Like, I've been out of church for so long. I didn't know anybody in any church. I was like, how am I just gonna up and show up at a church? They're gonna be like, oh, is it your first time? And, you know, where'd you go to church before? And I'm gonna have to be like, nowhere. Like that, I would feel like a complete idiot if I told these people I hadn't been to church in years. I didn't want them to judge me. And so maybe you're trying to go back to church. You know, maybe it's like me and you just, you know, it took me forever to find my church. I went to 3 churches before I found my church, and there was nowhere else I would go. Maybe you're just trying to find another church, or maybe you've done some things in the past and you're not too proud of them, and you don't want to, you know, go back to church because, you know, maybe, you know, God won't accept you, and, you know, He's, you know, you're not going to be forgiven of whatever you've done in the past. But let me tell you, He is all about forgiveness. And just, I know for me, I mean, I haven't done terrible, crazy things in the past. You know, I went through a phase where I had the vocabulary of a well-educated sailor. I would swear all the time, and that was one of my, I can't go back to church because I talk like this. And, you know, maybe you can't go back because of something you've done. But I actually wrote this back in May, and it's like 3 pages long. I'm not going to read it word for word. But we were listening to a song. I spent the day at the church with the masters, and they had their, you know, time of prayer, and it was during that time that the song came on, and the words that, you know, we've sung it before, and on Sunday mornings, and, you know, it's a song that it's not new to me. I've heard it for a very long time, but for some reason that day it really just hit me with the, you know, well, you'll see. It really showed me that, you know, I'm loved and I'm forgiven. And so the song goes, no matter what I've done, and no matter where I've been, and no matter how I fall, you pick me up again. You have removed my shame, and you take me as I am. You call me justified, and now I am covered by your grace. And they might just seem like words on a paper or words in a song, but, you know, especially if you're in that spot where, you know, you've done some things in the past and you're like, I cannot go back to church because of the stuff that I've done. That says, you know, no matter what you've done, you're loved and you are forgiven. And, you know, if you have accepted, you know, Christ as your Savior, and you are covered by His blood, which is grace. And so when God looks at you, He doesn't see whatever you have done in the past. He doesn't see all that stuff that you try to hide from everybody else. You know, when He looks at you, He sees just a cloak of grace, and, you know, He sees Christ's blood. He doesn't see that terrible thing from your past. And you know, that makes me feel so happy and so loved. And I say that about a lot of things, and honestly it does, because there is nothing in this world that could make me happier than knowing that if I slip up, or if I go through some days or some times where I am just an awful, terrible person, I am loved and I am forgiven, and nothing that no person in this world can do is going to take away God's love and His grace and His love for me. That nobody can do that. A judge can't do it. A police officer can't do it. They might try, but they can't. And that makes me feel, especially when I'm having like those insecure kind of days, it makes me feel like I'm covered. I'm good. I don't know how else to put it other than, it says no matter what I've done, that I am covered, I am forgiven. So if you are trying to go back to church and you feel like there's no way you can go back to church because of things that you've done, because maybe you feel like you won't be forgiven, or God doesn't love you anymore, let me reassure you that He does. And there's nothing you can do to ever take His love away. There's nothing no mere mortal can do to take His love away. So I hope this makes sense. So I hope you all have a great day. Just remember to smile and be happy, because you deserve to. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.